Hello, I'm Bill Heran, the author of The Missing Piece, a book on the restless mind, our restless minds, and the cultivation of inner peace. Today's reading is January 18th, and the topic is the hypercritic. And the first quote is: "Our job is to love others without stopping to inquire whether or not they are worthy." That is Thomas Merton. And the second quote is: "We accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope." That is Martin Luther King Jr., whose, uh, whose day of remembrance is Monday. One of the functions of the restless mind is to reassure you that you're right most of the time, maybe even absolutely right other times, even when you're not. Being a hypercritic is a major feed to the ego and defends against vulnerability and any nuances in thought or action. The mind often will promote black and white thinking, also known as all or nothing thinking, which is a pattern of thought that focuses entirely on the extremes. The exaggerated nature of the hypercritic, coupled with the tendency towards polarized configurations of thoughts, results in a greater degree of anxiety and affects most of our relationships, including the relationship we have even with ourselves. The hypercritic mindset believes it is doing you and the rest of the world a favor. Its super doctrinal stance makes it difficult to engage and listen openly to others, while differing views or those that require a degree of compassion. The hypercritic wears the armor of intellectual prowess, almost as if fighting a battle. Often, the result of engaging a hypercritic is the lack of authentic human relationships, since most everyone will not measure up to the standards set by the hypercritic. We see the most severe results pertaining to the internalized hypercritic, the dynamic when you turn hypercriticism onto yourself, often in the form of strong, compelling voice of self-doubt, insecurity, and even self-loathing. Some therapeutic ways to begin to eliminate the hypercritic is to merely watch the hypercritical thoughts and see them for what they are, just thoughts. Notice how you feel when you subscribe to these thoughts about yourself. For example, you'll never make it, or everyone else knows you're a loser. And imagine how you can feel if you didn't subscribe to these thoughts, if you didn't have them. Another strategy is to disconfirm the thoughts with data on how you are not as deplorable as these thoughts may tell you, as your hypercritic is wanting you to believe, but knowing that there is always room to grow and improve. You could even insert humor or simply grin at the thoughts, since they are so extreme, and once you notice them, they can be seen as silly. These thoughts are often repeat, they loop, and you can even say to yourself, "Oh, there you are. I know who you are." You can actually talk to the thought and just say to yourself, "Well, that's a thought." So today, let's confront your hypercritic and see its destructive role in your mind. Do things to promote self acceptance, open sensitivity, and compassion towards others and yourself. Thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to you coming along this journey with me in reading the Missing Piece book. Thank you.